I think the biggest problem of a lot of people is they think that the stock market is a lotto machine, it's a jackpot machine. That happens in certain aspects, but that doesn't happen to everyone. It doesn't happen on a daily basis. But the stock market, if done properly and done right and taken with a perspective of you are coming in knowing what you're getting into, is something that will help you significantly for the long term. Hey guys, so we're at the tail end of 2022 and a lot of people have been asking, should you still invest in the stock market right now in 2022 given what's going on? We've seen both the Philippine markets and the US markets go down. We've seen a lot of volatility. We've seen a lot of uncertainty also brought about by what's happening in the global markets. A lot of that has an impact also in the stock market, primarily because the stock market is composed of businesses. Now, before I talk about is it worth investing in the stock market, if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Marvingermo. I trade stocks. I've been in the stock market for over a decade now, and I want to give you first the basic context on what's the stock market, on what it is truly in its richest form. So basically, what makes the stock market appealing is that it allows people like you and me to have exposure to businesses that either in the Philippines, if you are based in the Philippines and want to invest in Philippine stocks, or in global stocks that are really changing the status quo, stocks that are changing the way we do things. And please do know that in the US markets, there's so much out there, from technology stocks to the largest multinational companies are there. If you don't want to start your own business, but you just want to own a piece of a companies that you know that you can't start on your own, what the stock market does is it allows you to buy shares of the largest companies, not just in the Philippines, but also in the world. It allows you to become a shareholder. It allows you to take part of whatever good that's there. In a corporate structure, especially for private companies, the only way that you become part of the company, part of the success of that company, is that they offer the shares to you. They sell it to you as a shareholder. That's the only time that you get to own a piece of it. However, when you are in the stock market, for the very first time, companies that are listed publicly, even if you are based in the Philippines, you get to own shares from different parts of the world. So the question now is this: is it still relevant to invest in the stock market in 2022, given all of the fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt? My answer is this: if you've done your due diligence, you studied it, you know what you're actually buying, you come in with a perspective that you are in it as either an investor or a trader, and you're not looking at it as a lottery system. I think the biggest problem of a lot of people is they think that the stock market is a lotto machine, it's a jackpot machine. That happens in certain aspects, but that doesn't happen to everyone. It doesn't happen on a daily basis. But the stock market, if done properly and done right and taken with a perspective of you are coming in knowing what you're getting into, is something that will help you significantly for the long term. So if you know what you're getting into, you know you have the right perspective on what it actually is, especially on its truest form, on what the stock market really is, then in the midst of all of this fear, it's a good proposition to invest. Be part of the largest companies in the world and build the base off of them and start investing off of them and trying to win off of them. One of the biggest things that I like about stocks is it's a form of leverage, that I could be here in Barceloneta Beach, but in the same way have positions in other parts of the world. Or you could be in Taiwan, you could be in Dubai, or you could be in New York. That's the amazing part about investing, that people say that money never sleeps. People sleep. You need rest. But the way that you get to leverage yourself is to multiply it by investing. It doesn't even have to be the stock market. It could be bonds. It could be real estate. It could be investing in franchises and having other people to run it as well. But for me, the stock market makes sense for me because I love the sense that I don't actually have to operate it. I find companies that I like, that I believe are really good, that I believe that will be there over the next 10 years. And it doesn't matter if they suck or don't do so well in what they do. If they have staying power, they have a good track record, if they're run by great people, then there's a shot that over the next 5 years, they'll still be relevant. Some of the stocks that I really like, they don't really change as much. If you're watching this and you think that, what if it's too late already for me to start? The answer to that is basically this: it's not too late. Why? Because even great companies, even great companies, there will come points in time where there's a lot of fear, and even the best ones start to go down. And that's what we're actually experiencing right now. Times that are very, very fearful should be an opportunity for you. Times where everyone doesn't want to invest should be an opportunity for you, especially if you're prepared, especially if you know what you're getting into. 2022, in the midst of all the fear, investing in the stock market is a good proposition if you're investing in companies that are really, really good. So please do remember this, that you having the ability to buy companies that you could never start on your own. You having the ability to be able to be part of companies that will be actually successful. And please do note this, everything that I'm telling you, those are the boring things, because sometimes the successful ones, they're not the ones that you have to speculate on or look at news or try to look at what's the next thing that's gonna go on. Once you find something that you like, and it could be even one stock, it could be Apple, it could be Microsoft, or it could be Google, or if you're looking at it from a Philippine perspective, it could be Ayala Corporation, or it could be SM, or it could be PDO. What's interesting about that is you just stick to it. You don't have to know every other stock out there, but you just have to know what you're positioning into, what you're buying into. And when I say you have to know what stock you're buying, it means that you have to know what business you're entering in. You have to know what are their competitors, how they're making money, are they still growing, are there any threats to that. And that doesn't mean you have to be an expert in everything. You just have to be an expert of what you want to invest in. And that doesn't take a lot of time, because if you're a fan of something, so for example, like me, I'm a big fan of Apple products. I buy Apple products because I know they're really, really well. I know how they perform. I know that they have amazing brand, and I actually think that they'll have staying power. I actually think that they are companies that are worth getting into also for the long term. So that's what I'm saying to all of you, that 2022 is a good time to invest, position. If you know what you're getting into, if you know the stocks that you're buying, you're not just relying on hype or speculation. You're not just copying your friend, but you're doing things under the guise that you did your own due diligence. So if everyone's scared to invest and you're the one that's investing, kudos to you, because it's the ones that do the opposite as compared to what everyone else is doing. They're the ones that benefit. They're the ones that reap the rewards that not everyone else gets to get, because they're the ones that are taking the risks that not everyone also is trying to do as well. That's what's amazing about it. The ones that get rewarded are the ones that take risks that majority of the population doesn't want to do. So that's it. If you want to know more about the stock market, links are down below. I've created so many videos about it. I've written books about it as well. And I do hope that this video is something that nudges you that continue investing, continue doing what you can to be able to make your money work hard for you as well. What's the alternative? Spending it, not letting your money work hard. So that's it. Marvingermo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.